Apex Legends 2.0 planned by EA, but it won't be released before a new Battlefield. Anybody excited for Apex 2? Have you listened to the Daylight Joey CJ Fly? No, what's that called? Apex 2? Anybody? Look, guys, it's Thursday. I'm grasping for straws here when it comes to news. Listen, okay. Even if it's a live service game, wait, could we be getting a sequel to Apex Legends? This is what EA hinted at in its latest quarterly financially report. While it sounds like EA is cooking something up, don't expect it anytime soon, as the publisher also confirmed it won't release before the new Battlefield game pushed out first. We're going to get an Apex 2 before Titanfall 3. This is crazy. In the Q&A portion of EA's quarterly financial call, the publisher was asked about the future of the first-person shooter. Answering the question was Andrew Wilson, CEO of EA, who called the free-to-play battle royale. Apex is probably one of the great new launches in our industry over the last decade and has been loved by the core cohort. We've had over 200 million people play the game. However, the EA boss also admitted the trajectory of the business of the franchise has not been headed in the direction we wanted to in some time. And it doesn't make it bad. Like, the thing I wish these suits would realize, there's no such thing as an infinite money glitch. Besides maybe Windows. Windows has never had a real... Once Windows established itself, like Linux is not a competitor to Windows. And to be honest, neither is Mac. Mac has like its own thing, but like that's like a product like Windows is a very rare thing. Okay, you have to understand that everything runs its course, and guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. This game came out in 2019. This game's been out for 6 years. You guys were rolling. This is what the real issue is with these companies. For 6 years, you guys made billions of dollars just rolling in money. You guys know the meme, the duck from DuckTales or whatever, the Scrooge duck or whatever, the one that dies in the coins. Y'all were doing that. And they just sit back and say, how should we invest this money to make sure that we can get our next one going? Did you do that? No. Instead, you tried to force Dragon Age to be some bullshit ass Apex game instead of making another proper. The reason this succeeded as a live service game is because it was designed by people who create multiplayer games. So instead of trying to force buy, because they're being cheap, that's what it is. They're trying to keep their costs low, keep the in-house teams that they already have, and force them to do something that they don't want to do. What you should have did is you should have told Respawn, you guys can make Star Wars, but your next game better be after Fallen Jedi Order or Jedi Survivor. The next one better be a live service game. Or you should have formed a new studio that specializes in multiplayer games and cooked up a new Heat live service game that can subsidize your single player adventures that people also love. You didn't do that though. You didn't do that. You just sat there and rolled in the money and waited till it started to dry up. And then now you're blaming the developers. It's not the developers' fault. You can't change the fact that people are tired of something. Respawn's a solid studio, no doubt. Yeah. Season 6 was the last season. I don't remember the last. Yeah, I think like maybe season 8's the last one I played. What are they on, like 25 or some shit? Anyways. However, the EA boss also admitted the trajectory of the business of the franchise is not headed in the direction we wanted for some time. Wilson continues by saying there will come a time for a major update to the game, but it won't be released on top of the in-development Battlefield title. We do believe there will be a time where you need to do more of a meaningful update of Apex as a broad game experience, and the team is diligently working on that. You should imagine we probably wouldn't drop that on top of a Battlefield launch, and so from a timing standpoint, our thinking right now is that you would exist post-Battlefield. And there's no guarantee Battlefield's coming out this year either. It might be 2026, so you might not see Apex till 2027. Adding to that, Wilson mentions Apex 2.0, though didn't exactly clarify whether this meant an all-new sequel or a massive overhaul. Our expectation is Apex will also be one of those franchises and that sometime on a longer-term horizon, there will be an even bigger, more meaningful update to that broader game experience in Apex 2.0, if you will. This will not be the final incarnation of Apex, so team remains incredibly committed. We continue to invest behind the core community who continues to play the numbers in the tens of millions of players. I don't want to play Apex anymore, bro. Do you think Battle Royales will make a comeback? Yeah, well, that's the problem. Battle Royales was a trend. It's not a thing anymore. Like, you need to make a new game. You need to make Titanfall 3 or a new IP. How about a new multiplayer experience? Innovate. Try something different. Me personally, I'm not interested. The only way you can get me super interested in Apex 2 is it's got to be a total overhaul, and you got to implement more Titanfall's universe into it. But like, they also got to build it from the ground up to not just be a BR experience. It has to be where BR is a game mode and they offer a traditional multiplayer experience as well. Because I mean, they tried to do it with that 3v3. What was that mode called? It was okay, but it still wasn't fully fleshed out. They've got to fuse the worlds of Titanfall and Apex together. Where like Titanfall's the story maybe, and Apex is the multiplayer. Arenas, yeah, Arenas just didn't stick, and that's why they removed it eventually. They got to build it from the ground up with a fleshed out, fully realized multiplayer experience. And if you want that, you need to invest in your teams, or you need to form a new team that specializes in creating multiplayer games. But what do we know about EA? Most likely it's not going to happen because all they care about is profit margins and appeasing their board. This year's going to be really interesting because I predict that college football is going to have a dip in sales. I feel like they underestimate the fact that people were excited for college football because it had been 15 years since the last one. They'll buy it. They'll buy it this year, college football, whatever, 26. But I don't know if the sales will be as good because there's only so much you can do. Like, what are they going to make the arenas even louder? Make a new fucking game, bro. Make a new fucking game. And speaking of new games, new leak hints that Rainbow Six Siege sequel could be announced soon. Speaking of companies struggling for cash, Ubisoft. While I've always gravitated towards hero shooters instead of traditional hardcore FPS games, I've always loved Rainbow Six Siege. It was admittedly strayed into it fantastical over the years by giving some of its operators extraordinary abilities, but its core breach gameplay and destructible environments give it its own unique feel. But the game has largely fallen by the wayside, struggling to compete with the likes of Counter-Strike 2 and Valorant. It's because of what you said. Well, first of all, it's because we want to talk about the whole game. Guys, Rainbow Six Siege came out in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The game's been out for almost 10 years. I remember playing this shit in 2015. We played it from 2015 to about 2018, hardcore. This is another game. There's nothing wrong. Well, there is something wrong with it. You stick around long enough, you become the villain. So what happened was, and regardless, it was going to run its course. I'd argue more so it just ran its course. But also what happened is it went from a hardcore tactical shooter to what he said earlier. They started adding all this fantastical, mystical abilities in the game. Why am I playing a game with a guy who has metal fences that can wall up, walls to stop C4 from breaking through? But then you also add fucking X-Men, juggernauts, and just goofy shit. But they didn't add that, but you know what I'm saying. Just goofy shit, and adding Master Chief and shit. They don't like it doesn't make any sense. So if they make a sequel, I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to get back to grounded roots. Get back to grounded roots. But anyways, as Ubisoft continues to tread water after an underwhelming 2024 and shutting off X-Defiant, Rainbow Six Siege 2 might just be what it needs. And if new leaks are correct, that's exactly what's coming next. You think they making a game from the ground up or pull an Overwatch 2? I would hope these companies learn from the failure of Overwatch 2. That Overwatch 2, I feel like, is one of the greatest modern disasters in gaming in the last 10 plus years. And I feel like it doesn't get discussed enough. Maybe in another 10 years, people will look back, be like, God damn, what the fuck happened? It's because people are too busy deep throating Blizzard's cock. They don't assess the situation enough, but I hope they would learn from their mistakes and don't copy that. Yeah, it needs to be studied. A series of posts from Rainbow Six Siege leaker Frax Winnings claims that Ubisoft will unveil the FPS game sequel during the 6th Invitational, with the final set to air on Sunday, February 16th, allegedly titled Rainbow Six Siege X. Just call it Rainbow Six Siege 2. They claim that the release window will align with the 10-year window Season 2. We're currently on Year 9, Season 4. Oh, my Lord. Ubisoft is so fucking stupid, bro. I hope this isn't true. Also, if this does turn out to be true during the invitation on February 16th, we'll be watching for that. I guarantee you, if they do announce this game, don't expect to see any gameplay in the reveal. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. The Invitational is going to happen. The sweaty nerds who smell like shit, they're going to get on stage. They're going to shout all types of slurs at each other while they play this game. And then after the final match, before the tournament is over, they're going to say, wait, we got one more surprise. That or it's going to be in the middle of the show, but probably towards the end. And then it's just going to be a screen, Rainbow Six Siege X. Yeah, and some concept art. Don't expect no gameplay, because I guarantee you they haven't even started the development of this game. Knowing Ubisoft, As far as development goes, they have they took the Trump approach. They got a concept of a plan, but they haven't actually started anything because they can't afford it. The leaker suggested the sequel will include an engine overhaul, not a new one, and a graphical upgrade in textures and models, of course, noting that all old events will never come back in Season X, only new ones. A second post claims that Year 10 will include a new Defender, as well as a Clash remaster, and an Unknown remaster, both of which have followed by question marks, potentially alluding to a rework. Okay. All of this speculation, of course, so take it with a grain of salt. It is worth noting, however, that Ubisoft has had a pretty rough 2024. Yeah, we already know. Now you're just shitting on Ubisoft. I bet my life savings it's just going to say R6 with better. It's going to be R6 with better graphics. Man. I hate that Trump is so memeable. I know, right? What do y'all feel like Rainbow Six Siege needs to do to like really push boundaries? The game's been around for 10 years. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around what can they do to make it feel fresh and new. Fix the hackers? Hackers are still a problem. I haven't played the game in like 5 years. Hackers are still a problem? What? No DEIs. Better not be no black soldiers. Better not be no black special forces or nothing like that. Hacker fix would be great. I think one of my favorite things about Marvel Rivals is you really don't run into it. I haven't ran into any hackers. How the fuck did this new game do that? But no Ubisoft game can do it. Yo, shout out to Black Moon Flame with the sub. Appreciate it. You know what trend companies need to follow? Co-op adventure games. I agree. The problem with that is they can't milk it. You can't turn a co-op adventure game into a live service game. That is the only reason people want to monetize everything out the woo-wah. Long gone are the days of the trilogy, and then you move on to the next trilogy. Now it's we make one game and we hope we can make it work for 10 years. But the reality is most of these games aren't even lasting a year. And are they going to stop making the live service games despite that there's a high failure rate and they're burning a lot of cash? No, they rather their company like, so the rule in gambling, if you guys have never heard this, is the house always wins. And when it comes to live service video games, in my opinion, that is the closest thing in game development to gambling. There are so many reasons why your game can fail. And yet these fucking publishers keep going into the house and rolling that dice. For every Marvel Rivals, shit, let's look at live service video games. List of, let's see, for every Marvel Rivals and Destiny 2 and League of Legends. Well, these are all successful games, actually. Nah. Damn, even still, this list is actually really short. Let's see, failed live service games. There's a multiverses, right? Oh, here you go. This is a list for 2024, guy. For every Destiny 2, you get a Concord, Radical Heights, The Day Before, The Cruise. You remember The Crucible from Amazon Games? Babylon's Fall. This shit was so ass. Most of y'all probably don't even know this existed. This was made by Platinum Games, the people who made Bayonetta. Did you guys know they made a live service MMO in 2023? At its peak, it had 14 players online. This is one of the biggest duds in modern history. Lawbreakers, Crossfire X, The Culling, Paragon. Oh, that one hurts. This one hurts because this one was a good game. They just couldn't pick a direction. But that just goes to show you there's still a lot of luck involved. Yeah, Anthem. Knockout City. This one, a lot of people would argue was a good game. Didn't survive. Marvel's Avengers. Hot ass. And Evolve. You guys remember Evolve? Oh my God, bro. Evolve is the first game I think I ever played where I streamed it and I ran into a developer. It was so few people on the server. They had to get the developers to get online and play with people. And it was in my game, bro. Like, bro, you suck. Rocket City hurt. And this is just one list. We could name The First Depressant, Multiverses. Those just shut down. Avengers was live service. Yes, Avengers was a live service game. What? A live service game is a game that continues past its initial offering. So yes, it was a live service game. It had DLCs that and you were supposed to grind the armors and stuff like that. Yeah, Suicide Squad. There's a lot of recent. It's so many. It's hard to keep. Top buffoonery. Rumbleverse. Yeah, that game was hot ass, bro. Rumbleverse. I played this game one time. I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Goofy ass final circles, bro. Motherfuckers just running in circles. I do not want to wrestle motherfuckers. Red Dawn. What's Red Dawn? I don't even remember that one. This is a movie, nigga. I don't know this game. Foam Stars. Yeah, that failed. Spellbreak. We're still going. We're still naming games in the chat. But these publishers, they are junkies. They keep going into the casino and rolling the dice. They keep buying more chips, all in. Spending $100 million on a game that Floposaurus Rex. And then somehow it's our fault. Somehow it's the developer's fault. Paladins. Smite. Yeah, Smite 2 is in trouble. I don't know if y'all saw. Hi-Rez Studios, since we talking about it, I didn't save the article, but Smite 2 developer Hi-Rez holds out for layoffs as CEO deletes social media. Red alert at Hi-Rez Studios. A lot of y'all in the chat were asking me if I was going to play Smite 2. I was like, I'm not interested. It looks like the same game. The graphics don't even look any better. Smite 2 developer Hi-Rez has held off more delays just months after its last round of employee cutbacks. So this is the second layoffs. Recent memory. Roller Champions, Hyperskate, Rogue Company, Realm Royale. The news began to come out midday Thursday on social media from a number of people who announced they were let go. In total, at least 30 people were let go across multiple departments, including esports and development. I told y'all, man, we got to get away from esports. It's so funny that Shroud released this statement talking about it's harder to be a fucking esports athlete than to be a basketball player, only because nobody wants to watch this shit, bro.
Poverty, so I love to see when someone donates a sub to someone in the chat. Shout out to the new Section 8 subscriber.
If you want to be a professional, actual athlete, you have to work hard. And even if you can't personally do it, you as a human respect that shit. Like, I don't really care about a nigga sitting at his computer for 18 hours out the day. Your chair stinks. It stinks. I don't care. The only thing I give a pass to is the FGC. That is fun to watch. Fighting games, the 1v1. But I don't want to watch competitive Call of Duty. I don't want to watch competitive League. I don't want to watch competitive Overwatch. I don't want to watch competitive Marvel Rivals. I don't. They put the microphone in their face. How you feel about your win? Because you know it's always an attractive woman on the mic interviewing these players. How you feel about the win? Can you tell us about your strategy? It's not relatable. There's no story behind it. Yeah, we love Evo. We love the drama. The rivals tournaments are boring because that shit comes down to fucking who manages their healer ults better. Other news, competitive team games aren't fun to watch. The 2K League still going. Fuck the 2K League. That goofy ass shit, bro. That shit's boring too. Niggas sit behind screens, dribble, 3-pointer, cut from the side 3-point line for a dunk. Shit's boring. Then you open up the chat, everybody's hating. I should be in the league. No, you shouldn't. You should be filling out your job resume. This shit's not gonna last, man. It's not. Sparking Zero killed itself. That shit was boring to watch too. Games are supposed to be fun, guys. They're not supposed to be a grind. But other news, because I went on my tangent. I just pissed off some aspiring esports player. Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting a prequel manga. Indeed.com. I got the job, guys. Today, social media accounts for Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows officially revealed that the game is getting its own tie-in manga series. The manga will not be a stylized retelling of Assassin's Creed Shadows' story. However, a new assassin will be the protagonist, serving as a prequel story to set up the game. The name and background of this new protagonist remains to be seen, as the announcement simply states the following. Discover the official prequel of the game. Follow the story of a young assassin apprentice as she fights against the growing presence of Templars in Japan. Bright red. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ablazons? How the fuck you pronounce that shit? Let's see.
Emblazon.
Emblazon. Okay. Bright red emblazons is the background. Oh, like fires, my dumb ass. The background of the manga's cover image with a stylized version of the classic Assassin's Creed logo splashing dramatically to go. Yeah, let's just talk about the image. There's like certain words they be saying in these articles, like nobody says like in real life. Yeah, I just felt so emblazoned, like a heart of fire. That's why I don't be recognizing words. Oh shit, fucking, she shucked my cock and just left me emblazoned. Had to go to the clinic and shit. The first issue will launch alongside the game in Japan only. Why are you writing an article then, bitch? We can't even read that shit. It's straight out the source. I thought Ubisoft was poor. Well, this is why they are poor. Instead of focusing on developing a new game, they spending money on making a manga that's only releasing in Japan. Don't you niggas need money? I'm not gonna lie. I actually might have bought this. Because I told you I'm trying to fill out my my bookshelf. I'm trying to buy new books, but Japan only. Y'all can't afford a translation. Hey, let's start a GoFundMe so Ubisoft can get a translation going. Shit. Don't y'all need some money? Bring it to the West. Especially because now the problem with creating this manga is in order to get the full story for Assassin's Creed Shadows, now you got to read the manga. And I'm an Assassin's Creed fan. I'm a hardcore fan. I might have actually bought this manga. Someone will do it. And yeah, now we're going to be online reading it for free, allegedly. I found One Piece. Allegedly. Anyways, got an update in regards to E3. E3 used to be referred to as the Super Bowl of gaming, where all the biggest announcements were made every year about what's coming in the gaming industry in the next 2 years. But recently, in the last 5+ years, they've fallen on financial dire and they fell apart. It collapsed. And now what's taking its place is Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest. It's the closest thing we have to it, as well as the Game Awards. But we have an update. We might have something new coming. E3's Entertainment Software Association returns with a new industry event. In some industry news, the Entertainment Software Association, which is operated by E3, this is E3's parent company, not E3, has this week announced it will be returning with a new event known as the Interactive Innovation Conference, or the IIC. Sounds like a department in the hospital. Yeah, bro, fucking, my dog bit my nipple off. I had to go to the IIC. This will apparently be a first of its kind event taking place in Las Vegas between April 27th and April 30th, 2026, connecting visionaries, thought leaders, and innovators. Oh shit, top thoughts from across industries with interactive entertainment. The plan is also to bring together a broad spectrum of sectors that converge with interactive entertainment. This includes film, television, music, as well as sports, healthcare, education, finance, and more. Attendees can expect to learn from and engage with industry icons from major companies including Nintendo of America, EA, Epic Games, Microsoft, Sony. So they have a bunch of gaming. Sony, Square Enix, Take-Two, Warner Bros., Amazon Games, and Disney. Here's what the chairman of the board had to say. The Entertainment Software Association and its member companies are among the innovators and leaders shaping the future of culture, business, and human connection. It's a natural role for ESA to host and support an event that fosters an open exchange of new ideas with our peer industry leaders. ICON is bringing together change makers from across industries to envision how the strengths of the interactive entertainment industry can break entirely new grounds. So I was a little bit concerned based off of the way they described it right here, visionaries, thought leaders, and innovators. I thought that this was going to be a big ass crypto scam. Yeah, bro, like fucking, yeah, come to the Icon event. Let's learn about XRP and fucking HBAR and XLM and I thought there was going to be a cryptos bro meeting with maybe some random computer monitors in the background and shit. Yeah, Dogecoin. But it seems like they got a bunch of industry leaders in terms of gaming on board. That's what they say. We have to see it. This is their first event. So this could be a fire event. It could be a fire event. Maybe my only problem with this and what I would be concerned about is it's based in Las Vegas. And you know what also is in Las Vegas at the top of every year, I believe, is CES, which is the Consumer Electronics Show, the Fire Fest of video games. So hold up. Since this takes place in Vegas and you saying it's the Fire Festival of video games, this shit ain't gonna take place in Vegas. It's gonna take place 30, 40, 50 miles outside of Vegas in the desert. You're gonna have to buy a ticket. You're gonna have to take a bus out there and they ain't gonna have no water and you're gonna get stranded But hey, at least you get to play the new Sonic Frontiers DLC, right? My only concern, though, jokes aside, is that CES is also in Vegas. So why would I want to come to this versus CES? They're going to have some type of interesting offering. But the cool thing is these are people with influence. So, I mean, this is another event for us to potentially stream, talk about, get some cool announcements if it's there. Hopefully people support it because I'm never against it. I feel like events are always fun when they announce things. And it's fun either way, whether there's cool things to announce because then we get hyped. And then if it's boring, you know, we just sleep on stream and make memes. So remember where you heard it here first. The Icon event is coming from the creators of E3. We'll see. With D-rank cosplayers. What's a D-rank cosplayer? Seems like Sony just accidentally announced.
Thanks for the resub, pal. Now I can afford a retwist for my
Shout out to Sharpest Spoon with the sub. Seems like Sony just accidentally announced when Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater's coming, which is the remaster for 3. The thing about Naked Snake is he's right when you least expect it. He's a shadow in a tree line. Yeah. He's also apparently an unexpected surprise for Sony's PlayStation Network. The console maker seems to have accidentally uploaded a release date trailer spotted by users Reset Era for the upcoming release of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater right there on the digital storefront with zero fanfare. It looks like it's set to come out August 28, 2025. I'm not reading the rest of this. So I guess they accidentally uploaded the store page early and it gave away August 28th. And I've seen Reset Era before. I've seen these forums. They usually get pretty reputable info. Oh, somebody took a screenshot because you know they took that shit down. This doesn't confirm it, but this does look real. I'd say there's about an 80% chance this is real, especially because it's a remake. There's about an 80% chance this is real. Tell me why I'm mad 30K. I made 30K last year and only get $11 back in taxes, and I owe the IRS. Like what? You made $30,000 this year. How are you getting $11 back if you owe the IRS? If you owe the IRS, you're not getting any money back. So I'm confused. Did you do your taxes right, buddy? I don't understand. It's somebody who files his taxes every year because I'm a law-abiding citizen. When I owe money, I don't get anything back. I have never gotten anything back on my taxes in like the last 10 years. Like what are you doing? What do you do for work? He said you must be from Delaware. I think you did something wrong, bro. You might want to go to a tax. Jokes aside, you might want to go to a taxidermy or some shit like that. He forgot to carry the one. Hey, he let the local crackhead on the block file his shit. Well, I guess you better put that $11 towards what you owe. Let me ask you, no bullshit. If you made $30,000 after taxes, you owe $11. How much, and you still owe money? How much do you owe back if you only made $30,000? Like, how does that? That doesn't sound right, man. That don't sound right, Doug. What do you owe? Anyways, let's go in the sub box. Let's see. The math ain't as somebody who does their taxes. The math ain't mathing on that one, champ. You might want to talk to a tax expert. Let me see. Let me change my shit to my main account so we can get to the sub box real quick, fast, in a hurry. Anyways, Tokyo Extreme Racer. I think I seen Flock playing that shit. Anybody playing that game? Tokyo Extreme Racer early access. Oh, this is from yesterday, I think. I don't think there's anything in the sub box. Future Fight is adding the Black Captain America and Terminator and Call of Duty. Lumen Point official announcement. The deadly war between Little Dirk and Quando Rondo explained. State tax you may owe. True. Yeah, you might, if you're confused, you might want to hit up somebody. You don't want to play with your taxes. They will come knocking. Sworn, Destiny 2, Crime Boss. This game sucks. You talk about the GTA release date? Yeah, I did that already. Underground gameplay, WWE. Japanese Drift Master official Mazda showcase. Dream Cage. What's this? Launch trailer. Never even heard of it. Ambulance Life, the video game? Oh. Yeah, I'm about to play. I'm about to get on the Monster Hunter. Just wanted to see what was in the sub box. That's all from yesterday. Who's playing Monster? Who's playing Marvel Future Fight? It's a mobile game. Is it hard? Is it hard for me to file taxes since I'm a content creator? No, because you fall under independent contractor. So it's like anything else. Like if you were an artist or something like that, it's the same thing. You just file your 1099s or your W2s. It's hard, I think, the first time you make some money as a content creator, maybe like the first couple of years, because you don't know what you're doing. Because like if you work a regular job, your taxes are not that hard if you work a regular job. But if you don't, you got to keep track of everything. So like the first few years, it was pretty stressful for me, but because I haven't worked a regular job in like 14 years, I kind of got it down to a science. So like I keep a Google Doc of anything that's a tax write-off for me. So anything I buy towards being a content creator, I instantly pull out my phone and I write down what that was and how much it costs. And then I have like a whole spreadsheet of all my tax write-offs. So then come tax season, like in April, I just open that up, file my 1099s or W2s or whatever. And then when I get to the tax write-off section, I know exactly what I bought and how much it costs. Then I can go into my bank statements if need be, if I need to prove it or something like that. If you organize yourself, it's not that bad, but it's like developing the systems like anything else. But like the first time I did it, it was pretty difficult. But I was like really young, early 20s. I didn't know what I was doing. But as you get older, if you want to be a serious content creator, you have to take the business side of things seriously. Which you see a lot of. This is my favorite time of the year for content creators, because you'll find out who took the business serious and who didn't. Yeah, collect your receipts, which you don't really have to do too much nowadays, because you have your PayPal, you have your business, not your business, but your bank accounts. Like all your transactions are there. You just got to know where they're at. That's what I'm learning. Just keep yourself organized. Be an adult. Be responsible. Last thing you want to be is the one streamer crying on stream, like just being. Oh well, a lot of people live outside of their means too. I don't do that. I live a pretty normal life. Like after I pay my bills, I try to spend X amount of money a month. I don't live like a frivolous life, so not my problem.
Did you forget what happened?
Luminal Point.
On that night in this city. Oh, but this place.
This looks like an old school what's that joint called? Resident Evil, maybe?
And so do I.
Where my horror fans at?
I'll be waiting.
Resident Evil on the Game Boy.
Turn to ash. So come and find
That thing caked up. I wasn't even looking. Y'all nasty, because I didn't even notice. This looks like it has potential for like horror fans, actually. What did you link for the deer? I'm not playing it, but it doesn't look bad. Jello and Lil Wayne Tweaker remix out now. Oh shit.
What? Remix, baby. I crush your ass up like Jesus, baby. You know I reheat this, baby. They eat this, baby. And I lace this bitch like Victoria's Secrets, baby. This for the tweakers, baby. It's Satan's, baby. Weezy F in the F. There's some features.
That just be on the mixtape. Somebody in the chat said you're supposed to have a hot boy. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because you're gonna get a copyright strike, but here you go. Or I'm pretty sure it's on streaming services. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's old school, like the drought is over type of Wayne. You would think somebody who was a former member of the Hot Boys would have a better Hot Boys flow, but I guess that was so long ago. What was I about to say? I saw also too something else music related. God damn it, had something. Oh, I saw a clip from Plague Max. I've never watched one of his streams, but I guess him and just because I don't think I'm like the demographic for that, but I seen a clip of him and Wiz Khalifa. That shit was kind of fire. It sounded like some cushion orange juice. Shout out to Plague Max, bruh. If you get on that type of shit where you bringing out like rappers and getting back in their bag, I'd be more inclined to watch. This was kind of hard.
And the winner is Black Boy Max.
They recorded this on stream?
Never let a bitch get in the way again.
This
Never
sound like
let
some
the
cabin
money
fever
get
shit.
again.
He can engineer. He nice.
Never let a bitch get in the way again. Never let the money get away again. Got an empire to build, that means safes to fill. That mean waitress at meals, asking sparkling or still. Me paying the bill, me rolling the weed, and she pouring out shots, then she taking them
having fun,
chill.
too.
We leaving the spot and the Rolls Royce is filled. Can't smoke in the room, but underground we
Long
clear.
era back.
Exit out the back in case they taking pictures. Don't want nobody knowing that we there. Cause when you young, rich and famous, it ain't
Sample
fair.
is crazy.
And I'm young, rich and living like a player. So I'll never let a bitch get in the way again.
Say, yeah, we
Never
got
let-
one. We got one. Nah, I'm gonna cloud him up. That shit hard. That's hard. That's hard. If you want the full link, here you go. That's hard. What's the name? Yeah, I need you to get in this bag, Plaque. I fuck with that. Also, shout out to Wiz too. That's how you bridge the gap, bruh. Old heads hating on the young niggas getting mad at the old heads. Cut that shit out. We like to see that. J. Cole used that sample. Yeah, I like the way they flipped it too. Freaking that's how you collab and you bridge the gap. This nigga threw a snapback on it. Yeah, chill. What else did I have for y'all gamer related stuff? I'll be paying attention, bro. Dream Cage. All right. I'm not playing that. Not playing none of that devil shit. First person devil shit.
Every morning when I put on my uniform, I'm not just preparing for a job, I'm gearing up for a calling. As a paramedic, every minute at work offers a new
Why
chance
they
to
got
touch
Mass Effect music on the Paramedic simulator?
lives in the most critical moments. Whether it's the break of dawn or the middle of the night, we're the first to respond. Imagine rushing through
Do I get to
bustling
make a
city
DEI?
street, all with one mission in mind.
They
To
should
provide-
have like an alternate storyline where you get to make a DEI paramedic and your credentials get questioned every time. Like it's like just make it the hard mode. Normal mode you play as a white guy, but if you want to play on very hard, you have to make a black character. You remember how they did that slider in the RPG for South Park? The same thing. So you make a black guy, right? And then you go to save some elderly white woman in the hills, right? And then you putting her on the stretcher, and before you can even put her in the damn car, get your hands off me, nigga. Be like, what's wrong, ma'am? I'm trying to save your life. You fallen and you called your life alert. Are you even qualified? Like, are you sure you're qualified? So then you got to do a mission where you got to drive back home and get your fucking college degree and your certification and shit like that, bruh. Because everything's DEI, right?
Immediate care in emergencies, comfort the distressed, and make life-saving decisions.
Unhand
with
me, you Sambo. Like,
keeping a
what?
cool head and control over your emotions. It's a role that combines the precision of science
Hey,
with
this
human
shit dead ass
compassion.
got a whole story. This is funny. What the fuck?
Our daily life is
Hey,
filled
yo.
with stories of humanity, from the most
Hey,
heart-wrenching
yo.
to the heartwarming.
Quick time events to
It's
answer
beautiful
questions.
to know that in someone's story of survival, we played a pivotal part. We don't just operate medical equipment or administer medication.
The final mission of this game and the story is you have to fight the I know this is an ambulance game, but like they also got firefighter missions. You have to fight the fires in fucking LA. And then after you fight fires for fucking a week straight and you put them out, you have everybody on the internet question your credentials. Even though it was just a failure across the board and it's just a natural disaster, there's nothing you can do about it. But you have everybody on the internet blame black people. That'd be a fun mission. I bought it. It has performance issues. You really bought this game? You're into these type of games? Interesting. The production doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but not my cup of tea. I gotta feed my doggo.